All right, welcome back to The Cycle Continues, and we're on episode 10, meaning we've been doing this for 10 months. Uh, as always, we're Joe. We're Joe. We're joined with our co-host Joe. No one else today. No special guests, and we're just gonna roll with it. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, no, just kind of got done or halfway with moving. Pain. I hate
Pain.
moving.
I also hate moving. Oh, and celebratory. I grabbed a drink for this. There we go for episode 10 because
Ooh, double digits.
hell yeah, double digits, episode 10.
Hey, we're doing better than a lot of other people. They generally don't get past like the third or fourth episode.
That is very true. I mean, that means in like at least two more episodes. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 months specifically, but in two more episodes, well, no, yeah, in 2 months we'll have done this for a year.
Yeah.
Whether that's gonna coincide with episode 12 or not, we'll see.
Have we really been doing this for almost a year?
Almost a year because we've been doing at least once a month, and if we skipped a month, we did like two in 1 month, so they kind of like
That's
even
true.
they kind of even out.
Yeah.
And the guest episodes have been helping a lot because they give us like topics based on just having a person.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I'm gonna I'm gonna try it. It's very less than 1%, but I'm gonna like send out like some invites to like super big creators and see if I could actually possibly get someone. Because dude, it would be fucking hilarious if I could pull like Ludwig or something onto this.
Like, you just get some random person that has no right talking to us.
Yeah, there should be no reason for them to be on this podcast, but it's like, hey, you want to do this? And they the less than 1% chance to say yes.
Yeah.
I also had this thought, and it was like, they're not a creator, but could you imagine if we pulled like Trump or something onto the podcast? That would go so hard.
For why though?
Who knows, man? It's like, hey, President Trump, how you doing? Or I guess former President Trump. He's not actual president.
Wouldn't that go against like your like whole no politician
Oh,
politics?
dude, that would straight up be the political episode, and that would be it. The only time we do politics is if we get a fucking president.
I feel like we're more likely to get Obama on this place than
I was also thinking Obama, dude. That would be very funny. I'd be like, I don't know, just getting a president would be hilarious. Or like maybe just a different country's world leader for no reason.
just get Putin on here,
Oh god, that would go.
or just randomly Kim Jong Un, or is it Il Un?
Yeah, just like, so Boone, how do you feel about the current world state? And he's like, bro, who the fuck are you? You're a random American kid.
Our computers already got hacked.
Yeah, we already know your IP address. We're blowing you up. Just ran, yep, just out there. Boom.
Yeah,
I mean, those are all like pipe dreams. But
I was
if
gonna
I,
say, like, if that happened, would the cycle not continue?
oh, the cycle would be over if we blew up. I would have to make sure to get someone to title the episode "The Cycle Ends" and then upload it. Because I would be dead. Like, hey mom, can you upload this video for me? Because I think I'm gonna get airstriked. Dude, that'd be crazy. But like, you know, if I like, the idea is to like find DMs because I don't want to do it publicly. But if I can't find DMs for these bigger creators and or a president, uh, I'm just gonna straight up like at people on Twitter and be like, come now. These random two Oregonians would like to talk to you.
Yeah. Why in the world do I keep connecting to the chat room?
Betternet. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be.
Maybe I have betternet. I mean, mine says bitrate is good, so
I mean, I probably have bad internet. I have the door shut. I'm using Wi-Fi.
I'm in new house.
Yeah, that's true. We just got the Wi-Fi up like 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks, like a week ago. And also could be because I'm using a VPN.
That could also do it. VPNs do fuck with things. Um, but yeah, so the idea that I had for this episode at least
Mm-hmm.
was we both graduated with geology degrees and we have not really talked about geology. So I kind of just wanted to actually like
Talk about geology. for
talk
once.
about some geology or science in general if we can't get past
No,
like what's
no.
a rock.
No, that's totally fine.
Uh,
What is a rock?
I don't
Just
fuck,
for
dude.
here?
It's a hard fucking thing. Well, some of them are soft actually. That's not totally true.
Are they hard? Or are
Uh,
they soft?
it kind of depends on the rock, you know.
I know, like a talc,
A,
dude.
a
Talc is
talc,
so
talc is
it's
pretty
all.
soft.
Oh, I was gonna say it's really rough and hard.
Coarse and gets everywhere. But like I'm just thinking, it's like, yeah, we just never discussed geology because I graduated like the end of 23, and I think you graduated like a few months after that, like
Yes.
right into the new year. And we're done with our degrees and moving on with life as fast as we can. If
I
anybody
mean, I don't know about
wants
you,
to
but
hire us,
I haven't started paying my loan payments off it.
yeah, I
don't know if you have-
gotta figure that out.
Yeah,
I
I'm
need
scared.
I need a job first.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue streaming's a job, but
If are you making money off of it?
actually, I did just get my Twitch payout like this month, so
Okay,
it's not a
That's
ton
not
of money, but I do get paid by Twitch.
that's good. 5 cents.
Well,
It's more-
the threshold is $50, so I have to
Oh,
I have to make it up to $50 for them to even pay me out.
That's not bad though.
It's not bad. So that means like every once in a while I'll get a random like $50 check.
I mean, yeah, you could pay for the internet.
Yeah, it's like basically a free video game right there. And yeah, pay the
free
internet,
content.
pay the internet, my phone bill, like
It's free
1/6 of
content.
my medical bills. Maybe buy a new car after 4 years.
After 4 years?
Yeah, that's a pipe dream. Maybe after
I was
20.
gonna say.
But the idea is to get, continue growing,
Uh-huh.
If I don't continue growing, I'm doing something wrong.
Well, I mean, you're content if you stop growing, right?
No, I'm never content. I gotta grow
okay.
at all times.
Mhm.
Anyway, rocks.
Stop talking about rocks.
Yeah, immediately stopped. So I had a few things on the list, and one of those was specifically tailored towards the West Coast.
Not the West. What
I
about
know.
the East?
Fuck the East Coast. Well, they're not gonna get hit with the fucking ultra mega earthquake like we are.
Oh, the one that like fucking kicks off all the volcanoes.
Yeah, the one that's literally gonna blow up the earth if it goes off. Specifically,
Once every like 400 years.
it's only gonna blow up the important cities, and that's California.
California is a city just as a whole.
California is the major city of all the U.S. basically.
Okay.
That and Texas, but Texas isn't gonna get hit by it.
They might get hit by a hurricane.
Oh, they have to deal with a fucking natural disaster like every 2 days.
Okay. Yeah, like snowstorms.
But I mean, yeah, it's snowstorms in Texas. But yeah, like the big one, man. Are you ready for it? Like, because it will probably happen in our lifetime.
I know. It's one of those things too. Am I ready? Probably not. Do I keep buying stuff for like a bug out bag but never build that bug out bag? Yes.
I mean, okay.
Have
Should we explain what the big one is?
yes. For the people that do not understand.
Yeah, because in geology, when you're going through the whole study of it, it's kind of drilled into you that, like, it's going to happen, and you hear it in almost every class.
Yeah.
So
At least on the West Coast. I don't know if it's really on the East Coast, so you really
I
talk about
yeah,
it.
the East Coast has its own. It has the Atlantic that diverges, and ours is subducting.
Yeah.
So the reason ours is gonna be so big is
Should we also
because
explain subduction and
yeah,
diversion?
that's what I'm about to do.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
uh, so
Go away, professor.
yeah, my bad. Mr. Here is here to teach. Is the West Coast. So you got the North American plate, which is where primarily the U.S. lies on, and you got the Pacific plate, which is the West Coast's ocean, and the Pacific plate is subducting under the North American plate, while in turn having the North American plate kind of bend in on itself. And after enough stress is built up, it will snap back. And that will send out like a huge kind of like vibration in the earth.
Really quick question: should we get a picture of that so we can explain instead of going through a canyon, which that's built differently?
Yeah. Let's find a picture.
I'm so sorry. I'm like, this canyon is actually really cool, and
This
how it's
canyon's
built
so
by.
nice.
Gotta
Fuck.
get that canyon shot.
Anyway, is this showing up? Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, it's
So
showing up.
you got the lithosphere.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's more the crust. Lithosphere is kind of doing its own thing. So you got the oceanic crust going under the continental crust. And then you have this trench that forms, so you can kind of tell where everything kind of bends in on itself. And once this snaps back, it's going to send vibrations throughout the earth, and and then it's going to probably also send a tsunami at our coastline. So anything on the coast is going to be like absolutely destroyed. Like, I don't know how far, but it's going to be a big ass tsunami.
It's gonna
But
be big. It's not just gonna be a tsunami though, too.
no, yeah, but the earthquake is probably going to vibrate throughout like
Mhm.
most of the west coast.
Well, and also if you can see right there where Mr. Here's little finger is out next to the volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, that earthquake is gonna set off quite a few of those
Yeah, a
that
lot.
are still active.
And the west coast has pretty much all the active ones because it's within the ring of fire.
The Ring of Fire.
Which the ring of fire, as we bring up a new diagram, the ring of fire is this ring of volcanoes that
Mhm.
encirculates the Pacific plate and some of the Nazca plate. I think that's his.
Yeah, I don't remember my plates very well.
And the Wanda Fuca, I guess, but whatever.
Well, it's the Wanafuka.
Wanda
Yep,
Fuca's gonna be
which is
gone.
it's still gonna be
it's
around.
it's hanging on.
It's hanging on, but
I guess that's
man,
a
that
little bit better.
Wanafuka.
But yeah, so the ring of fire is just a ring of volcanoes, basically.
Yep.
Because subduction builds mountains, and some of those mountains have lava or magma. My bad.
Yeah.
That's a very
if I'm-
defining thing.
Yeah, it is true. If I'm not mistaken, too, the West Coast doesn't have a lot of magma of volcanics. Like most of it's going to be a lot of ashfall. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken, it's going to be ashfall and
Well, it's also like
debris flows.
a lot of it is basaltic.
Yes.
So it's a lot of like they're not going to be explosive, but
Mhm.
they're I mean some of them will be for sure, but
Mhm.
a lot of them are just going to like flow. It's definitely going to be the ashfall that probably fucks with everything.
Yes.
And ash is just basically tiny shards of glass.
It's gonna fucking suck. And I think that's like a major thing too, is like when I know was it Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens erupted,
Yeah.
those ones were pretty bad. And it wasn't really the lava that was flowing through it. It was literally like it was the ash flow that destroyed stuff in the mudslides or the debris flows.
Yeah. The debris flows, landslides, mudslides, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, alternatively, this won't
And
happen because the East Coast has a divergent boundary,
oh yeah.
and that's with the Atlantic Ocean, and that's drifting apart, as we can see in this picture. This isn't specifically the Atlantic, but that is what's happening. And this is where most of our new rock comes from, anyways, is the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. I also love to like trying to explain geology and like why is it important and like why are
because
Why'd you get a degree in it?
it's understanding the Earth, man. If you
Yeah.
don't understand the Earth, then you're just living here and not knowing anything.
Well, not only that too. It's like, dude, the amount of people I'm like, do you like your technology that comes from the Earth?
Yeah, we got to
It's
mine out
mine.
all those materials for your phone.
Yeah, shit like that. And then it's like also like earthquakes, water. If you like drinking water, like living, pretty
If
much
you like
geology.
water.
I'm pretty much the hydrogeologist that I really like hydro stuff. Yeah. Earthquakes all fall under that. The amount of structural civil engineering, you can technically work your way into civil engineering with a geology degree.
I mean, a geology degree can get you almost anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just right now nobody wants us. Specifically
I don't
me.
I don't even think that people don't want geologists
They, they
specifically.
want like work experience, which
It's really hard to get that too unless
it
you want to work
yeah.
deep in the ground in a mine.
Well, it's like it coming right out of college with no work experience. It's not desirable right now.
Hmm.
They would rather have people that have like touched a rock instead of studied a rock.
Well, yeah, and that's where I'm kind of falling into the issue where I really want to work in the field, but they're taking people that have 10, 20 years of work experience.
Yeah,
Even though I
for
technically,
entry level job.
oh yeah, dude, it is the craziest thing
Hey, welcome to this
in the
entry level
world.
job. Have you been working about 25 years, even though you're only 22? Like, oh
Well, not
wow,
only I'm like looking at like all the pictures of everyone working there, they're like in their mid to late 40s. I'm like, dude, of course I'm not gonna get a job if I'm compared to mid late 40s. Dude, groundwater flows though are amazing. They're
dude. I
beautiful.
as weird as it is, like, uh, hydrogeology was probably the most interesting class, even though it was hard as shit. But that was probably like one of the more interesting classes we took.
Dude, it's the most engineer based. That in geophysics.
Because like
But
it was literally all just like learning what the water table does and then like what makes water go up to the surface and what like comes in and out.
oh yeah, and then the manipulations of it too. It's amazing.
Yeah, because water is primarily the strongest element against all rocks.
Yeah. It's weird, but yeah, no, this is what I like doing. This is what I do generally. I map stream waters.
Is that what you do right now?
It is, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I got out of lidar editing and I am in the hydro. Was it? Oh gosh, it was elevation delineation hydrography
Hmm.
or hydrography department. So I literally am mapping waterways in Alaska, Arizona, Montana, you name it. Washington, Oregon. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah, it's boring as all hell.
When did you get that? Because that wasn't.
3 months ago. I've been doing that 3 months.
I guess we just haven't talked about that since. Because I was like, we've
No,
done like 2 or 3 podcasts since then
oh, we never talk about anything. The only way I can talk to you is like, hey,
during
you
the
ready to do a
podcast.
podcast?
No,
Yeah,
but
no,
that's why we have a new series. All right. Yeah.
okay. No, it's I pretty much do this. It's really cool and really interesting. It's also really stupid because the USGS has certain standards that are ridiculous and don't make any sense.
Yeah. Back to the
Oh yeah.
canyon.
Oh, look at that sink.
Wow.
Oh,
Like the
dude,
fucking
I
desert.
hate sinks. I hate 3 meter sinks.
Hate industrial
Water
sinks.
does not technically go out of a 3 meter sink.
Water doesn't go anywhere, bro, unless you make
I
it
know.
go there.
I had to explain to my supervisor what an oxbow lake is.
Dude, Oxbow's lakes are probably like my favorite lake in general.
They are the coolest thing too.
It's like a lot of lakes either form from calderas, which is just a
Yep.
volcano that exploded and then got filled in, or it's
Hmm.
man-made.
Hmm.
But like Oxbow's is just from a river that gets cut off basically, and I love that.
Dude, it is so beautiful watching. Like you can see the evolution of it. I would really suggest if people really want to download Google Earth on their computer and just follow like a stream that you or a riverway that you know that is a meandering river, and basically just go through time and see the evolution of that.
You want to
Uh,
explain what a meandering river is?
so pretty much a meandering river is a river that kind of almost snakes a little bit, and over time, depends on like the stream levels, how fast it goes, it will build up uh, sand and dirt and salt and everything on one side and slowly erode the other side. So basically, it el- moves itself, and that could also be just a whole bunch of different scenarios that could cause it to do that. I mean, floods can do it, just a lot of water certain years. But yeah, but after a while, um, it will make a big enough curve that will look like a horseshoe and start getting to the point where it cuts itself off. And it's I don't know if I explained it well enough.
It's good enough for me, man.
Okay. But it's like one of those things that I love so much. And it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, in general, rivers are just pretty cool and
Oh
bodies of
yeah.
water because it's like, how did it get there? And that's like the primary question of like geology. How did shit
Mhm.
get there, and why does it look the way it does?
Well, like right now,
Yeah,
the rock formations and
yeah,
all the sand and like
yeah. The
debris
castle,
on the bottom. Yeah, it's a castle. No, I can see it's a castle. Okay,
the castle. How did it get
rocks.
there? We built it.
Um, but no, I was a mechanical engineering student that switched to geology because I just didn't have enough time to do mechanics or just the work for mechanical engineering.
Exactly.
And this is the closest hard science that you can get to an engineering degree. I mean, you use the same skills.
It's
The amount of
literally almost the same.
the amount of times that we use conductivity, which is in just in general, which you can use for electrical conductivity, hydroconductivity, uh, the conductivity of fucking sound.
Yeah,
Pretty much can do, and it's like that's a concept you only use if you're in engineering, geology, and being an electrician. Pretty much. I mean, you can
I mean,
kind of use
we
it for other things.
use almost the conductivity of like everything. Conductivity of
Oh yeah,
water, electricity, sound, vibrations, all of that. I guess
dude,
vibrations
we
and
got
sound are the same
into
thing.
how I explain geology. It's dirty engineering.
Yeah,
It is
you get
the
dirty.
faster. Well, yeah, you physically get dirty, but at the same time, it's not as refined too.
Yeah,
Like
it's more fun.
it, it's more fun, but it's one of those things that you don't get in deep to it. You don't like have to overthink it too much.
Yeah, it's kind of like rock. Figure out rock.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than that. Like
Oh, I
when
know.
you say geology, everyone kind of just primarily resorts to this person can identify any rock they ever like look at.
Well, it's that, and they think of geology and gemology as the same thing. Gemology is a pseudoscience that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
that
basically you got through your first two classes of geology and you stop there.
yeah, because gemology is more, while it does look at rocks and it kind of does the same thing, it's more of maximizing profits on what you dig out. Specifically of gems, like sapphires
Mhm.
and stuff. While geology is like any rock, anytime, any place, no matter how rough it is.
Oh, look at all that waterway.
Oof,
Mm,
that's some good shit
those
right there.
erosion patterns. Oh, look at that lake.
That's a,
Ooh, yeah.
ooh, oh baby.
That's over 2 acres. Or sorry, that 2.5 acres.
Yeah.
It's a lake.
It is in fact a lake. And like that's kind of the thing that I enjoyed in geology is like surface stuff.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really care that much for identifying. Identifying is pretty important, but like I like the way the surface formed, and that's what I'm also good at. So it's like
Mhm.
that's what I want to deal with. Like obviously I need to know if it's like sandstone or something, but like a lot of
Oh yeah.
underground stuff, that's some complicated shit right there.
It's more complicated than a lot of people understand.
Yeah, because
And
you gotta deal with igneous or metamorphic down there. That's not fun.
mhm. Sediment rock is
Sedimentology.
pop. Yeah, whatever.
And stratigraphy,
Stratigraphy, structural geology.
surface processes.
Surface processes is actually so much. Geomorphology is just actually a
Yeah,
really.
I like geomorphology, even though it was hell from when I took it.
I know it was hell when I took it too. Showed up to class, you get 40% of your grade right there.
It was so hard, man. That one group project that was our entire grade, and all I did was speak for a minute. When we literally are doing much longer on a podcast. I guess but that was more like specifics. Like a lot of our presentations and papers was like ultra specific stuff.
Yep. Hey, at least we weren't the year this last year that went on the applied geomorphology trip.
What happened to
So,
that one?
oh, the cops got called because
What?
they the,
They get
the
lost?
professor said no. The professor said he had access
Oh, to
to
private
the.
property.
Yeah, he didn't.
Is
I
it
don't think we had access to the private
what it
property
was it the
either.
same place we went to, the one with like the cows?
Yes, the one where
Damn.
we had to jump over this fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't have access to that one.
We could have went to jail.
Yes. I don't think we as students would have went to jail. It was the professor because
Did,
we had no idea.
did he get fined?
I don't know.
Because I don't think you would go to jail for that. It's just because trespassing is not like a jail type of
Yeah.
crime. That's like,
I
oh, you're
don't
on my property, I'm gonna charge
I
you.
don't think the students would have gotten in trouble
No, because
because
that's following a leader, and leaders usually get in
yes.
trouble.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
That is insane. Because I mean, how much is a fine for trespassing?
I don't know.
I guess it might vary depending on what the
Yeah.
landowner wants, but like let me look it up
I
real
mean,
quick.
I wouldn't look it up and show it on screen.
Not the plays. I'm just gonna see how much trespassing
Trespassing.
like fines you.
Okay. It's probably a lot.
If convicted, a person may face up to 30 days in jail or a fine up to $12.50. Okay.
Okay. Dude.
Criminal trespass at first degree. This is more serious offense. I don't know what
Yeah.
in my head I guess first degree is maybe like private property, and like it is like a store,
Yeah, I think
because it says a class A misdemeanor up to 1 year in jail or 6,250.
Jeez.
I think that's specifically Oregon, which would be what the charges are.
Mhm.
But like
That's
Lancaster could
ridiculous.
I don't know why I said the name, but like it's pretty obvious
Dude,
of
you
who
were
it
doing
is.
so good. So good. And
No one knows who that is besides us, and it's a teacher, so it's kind of public, and he's written papers. But yeah, I think that would come out of his own wall. I don't think the school would spot him, and he has tenure, so it's like he's good.
I don't think the school would ever touch that.
No, they would be like, you're on your own. I don't know. Maybe they have a duty to like help him or something. I don't know.
Oh, they would help the students because that would be
The
worse.
students, because they signed up for a class to go on those field trips, and they had to pay money extra because you have to pay for field trips.
Oh yeah.
So it's like they would just that'd be awful if the students got hit with that. Which is funny because
Yes.
I recommend that class to a lot of people because it's easy.
Yeah.
So like I'm just sending people to their fucking deathbed. It's like, go to jail.
No, that's just what I saw and heard from that, and I was like, oh shit, that sucks.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm so glad that cops didn't get called on us. What the fuck? I mean, to be fair, it felt like we were trespassing because it's literally an encaged like pasture.
Yeah, I thought it was a national forest too that we were going on to.
Oh, like the swamp area?
Yeah. Was the other area not?
I have no idea, man.
Dude, I have no idea.
But like, as a student, I believe like, yeah, he got permission. Like, I assume he just knew the person, and that guy gave him permission. Like, hey, every year you can do this. And he might have gotten permission like 1 year, And then
Yeah.
like maybe every year after that one time, he just thought he could keep coming back.
He was a crazy professor.
It was pretty crazy, but he was nice.
Yeah. For how a lot of people did not like him. I did not find him a bad professor at all.
I didn't mind him for the elective, but the
Hmm.
required class he like was not great.
Yeah. No, I will give you that one.
Even though
Not
I
great.
did get an A in that class. I
Dude, I
felt
got an A too. Well, I got a
well.
B. Sorry.
All right, after the easier version. I'm kidding. Oh man.
Uh,
Anyways,
yeah. Back to the geology stuff.
the geol. I mean, that was kind of geology. That was just like fuck, dude. I didn't even know
Oh yeah.
because we would get Dairy Queen after, and that would feel like, damn, we're done. God, Dairy Queen
I
is
know.
so good, dude.
I know you really like that Dairy Queen, didn't you?
Oh, dude. After getting stuck in the swamp, Dairy Queen hits different. I tell you what.
I just love when I was like tramping through that. He was like, you could walk like, I'm like, dude, I am tired. I am not. My feet are already
Dude,
soaking wet. I am.
it's so weird because like that was definitely less than a day compared to a big field camp.
Oh yeah.
In big field camp, I felt less tired than I was in the fucking swamp. Like
I think it's when we got lost
I think that yeah, because it's like the
and we
common
spent 30 minutes trying to figure out where we
yeah,
were at.
because I think it's the combination of trudging through a swamp. So like sometimes you get stuck and you have to pull your legs out, and that takes a little bit more effort. Getting lost, so you're pissed off, or at least I was, because I hate getting
Mhm.
lost. And then like following someone that you thought would know where to go. Like it's the combination of being pissed off and getting stuck.
Well, were you there when I got my knee? Like I got stuck in mud up to my knee.
I think so.
I just remember like stepping. I'm like, oh, okay, I can step. Boom, and just like got straight up to my
Dude,
knee. I'm like,
do you remember I don't know if that was the same one or the second one, but the first one,
there was the first one.
the first okay, so because on the first one, I don't know, I don't remember anyone that saw it, but it was like after everyone went across this like tree trunk that was kind of like a pseudo bridge, it like fucking
Yeah,
broke under me and I fucking hit my balls.
yeah. Because we went over it once, and we had
Yeah.
to go back over it a second time.
Yeah, and then I was always last on it, and then it broke like a side of it, and I slipped and I hit my balls on the
It was the
tree.
same one that I sunk to my knee.
Yeah, dude, that was such a fucked field trip. That is the most scout field trip I think I've ever been on.
Dude, that was also the one that he was gonna leave your ass.
Yeah, like
It was like,
I had to like find my own direction, like
well,
half.
if it was, well, yeah, because I would like run up and then like wait for you,
Yeah.
and then like almost get lost and sprint forward.
It's like half the students are getting stuck, and then I'm in the back also getting stuck. It's just like fuck.
I, you hated it, but I was like, dude,
It was bad.
if you would have gotten stuck out there, if I
I
feel like if I
I
didn't,
probably would have died.
yeah,
Like no joke, I probably would have died.
probably,
And you know what? That would be hilarious.
yeah.
Well, so eventually someone would probably come find me.
Who
They
was it?
like they would call the like fire department or something.
It was one guy that I remember. He pretty much it was the guy that was just sitting in on it. He wasn't taking it. He was
Yeah, the like big bodybuilder looking dude,
yeah.
or like I think he was in like the army or something.
Yeah, he was like, dude, you cannot do this. This is not safe. Blah blah blah. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I think he almost like reported Lancaster.
Yeah, I think he was on there. He was like getting on his ass about it. Like
He was like,
you're getting us lost. You're getting yourself lost. This is unsafe, especially in
yeah,
a like a swamp territory where there's clearly probably predators.
yep.
I mean, I'm pretty big, so it's like I could probably I could take a bear. The bear or the man, you know.
Oh, like the cougar.
Yeah.
Oh,
The cougar, the mountain lions. You know,
yeah.
I could take one at
I,
least.
I mean, fighting off was it a wolf and a deer with a stick?
Yep.
Embodying that wolf on your shirt.
Yeah. Cover yourself in blood, you know? They'll never come near you.
Uh,
Which is very funny because that is also the same field trip. I don't know if I deleted the tweet, but I tweeted the foot picture that was like covered
oh,
in swamp.
yeah. Yeah.
I tweeted that. And I don't know if I deleted it, but dude,
You probably did. It was.
it was gross. That was a
It was.
fucking disgusting ass foot, and that was like through a sock and through like tall boots, and my feet were still that gross.
Yeah, that was a very shitty time.
Like I would take a desert anytime than a swamp.
Dude, I would take a swamp more. I mean, you just have to clean out, make sure you clean,
Well,
wash your feet,
okay,
dry them out.
I would take the desert that we did for Big Field. Because the big field
Okay.
was like a pseudo desert because it had like shade and shit and grass, but like
That's true.
sand as well. And like, anyways, that being said,
Yeah.
uh,
No, I was just thinking,
the
dude,
other
I almost.
the other reason
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to bring up geology was because I wanted to get into like the clean energy type discussion as
Okay.
well. Because in my opinion,
Mhm.
like as a geologist, fracking is bad. Fracking poisons water holes and can cause man-made earthquakes.
As a geologist, fracking's bad.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
Well, in
it's
the geology realm, I guess. In general, it's also bad.
in general, it's bad. In geology, it's
Well, because
it gives geologists a bad name. I will say it's not
yeah,
terrible.
because it's like one of the primary things that
Yeah.
some geology workers have to do. But it's like at the same time, like while I don't like fracking, at the
Mhm.
same time, it is some people's livelihoods, and I don't want to straight up ban it because that will
Yeah.
take away people's jobs.
Mhm.
And so my opinion
Mhm.
is we continue to do it, but we slowly phase it out where
Okay.
we extract as much as we can in the US and stop buying from like other countries.
Mhm.
And then we slowly put in more windmills, more dams, more, solar panels, and we keep like we do this like transitional period, where it's like we're going from the fossil fuel stuff, and like once that starts to dry out from the US only,
Mhm.
maybe Canada or whatever, North America stuff. Um like we should be pushing more green energy type things.
Mhm.
And then when this runs out, we have a whole bunch of green energy sources that
Yeah.
can withstand on their own, plus a buildup of whatever else.
Mhm. No, I will say one thing about that too. Like, I think that's a smart way.
Will that
We
happen?
have the
Probably not.
well, you okay? There's a couple different things. So here in the Pacific Northwest, and I don't know where else, but I know in like other states and stuff like that, you do have a lot of dams closing because of our waterways have been drying up,
Yeah.
and that is due to snowpack, and snow runoff is not as much as it could be and should be. So you got kind of like the issue, and then that's more of climate change. I don't care what the fuck your beliefs are. Climate change is a thing. It's more of how can we affect and help it work out.
I think this is probably the closest topic we do politics on,
Yes,
but like it's still not quite politics. It's just my opinion.
it's more science based than anything else, and
Yeah.
that's more of one of those things like climate change is the thing. I mean, climate will always change.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing.
It's just really bad because we have
Yes.
spiked it. Climate change
Yeah.
is always an up and down process, but we spiked it.
Yes. We increased it faster than it should happen, so then the environment has a harder time bouncing
Yeah.
back and adapting to it.
Because there is
And
multiple ice ages that come and go, and we're
Yep.
slowly coming out of one still, I believe.
Mhm.
So it's just getting warmer regardless if we had
Yes.
any impact.
if yeah, and that's another thing too, is I'm not saying that the shit isn't gonna happen. It was bound to happen, but we do because we didn't understand it. That's where we have that issue.
Yeah.
And I don't yeah.
So
Well,
the follow up on that, I don't
sorry.
um was like along with the green energy,
Yeah.
we also need to like in my opinion, I think we should push the agenda of more nuclear power plants. Because
Nuclear is actually really clean.
yeah, nuclear is probably one of the cleanest options. It's the fact that there's a lot of dumb idiots out there that when they hear nuclear, they think it's the most diabolical thing in the world because they think
So,
nuclear bombs.
well, when you think about it, when you actually look into it, nuclear energy, a lot of our problems with it, like Chernobyl and stuff like that, it and was it Hiroshima?
Yeah, but I think that's
Uh,
because we dropped an atom bomb on them, and it
no, no, I was which one was the one in Japan that
Hiroshima, yeah,
no, no,
or
was
Nagasaki.
is it Nagasaki?
I think it's
The one
both.
with the power plant that because of the tsunami kind of destroyed
Oh,
that
the one in
power.
2012. Yeah, I think that was
Yes.
I think that's Hiroshima. I did a paper
Okay.
on it. Hold on, let me look.
Okay. But
You can
but
continue
that's what
down
I'm
that
trying to
line.
yeah. So with that too, nuclear power plants are very clean and actually have very little waste.
It's Fukushima, by the way.
Fukushima. Okay, I know there was a Shima.
I wrote a whole paper on this. I should have just fucking
It
brought
could.
that up.
I was gonna say it could have been just whatever the Shima the warrior Shadow Warrior one the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah. But anyways, the Fukushima power plant or stuff like that, yes, they have very bad things. But another thing too is if you build them right and you keep everything up to date and you keep making sure that those power plants are up and running and like good, and
yeah.
you're not like letting them be out of date, they can last forever.
Well, it's like that's the thing. The Chernobyl one had a meltdown because Russia like didn't know what they were doing basically,
Yes.
and Fukushima happened because of a natural disaster that destroyed it, and then it blew up.
Mhm. Well, yeah,
Like
and like
there
that's the
is
whole.
the only other time a meltdown happens is neglect, really.
Yes, and that's the whole thing. The stuff in the U.S. is old. If you rebuild them, and there's a lot of like new ways that power plants can pretty much power. You can have one like the size of a lamp pole,
Yeah,
like that can power a whole city for like 10 years.
like you don't need a lot. You it's like less than a pound of uranium can power like half the U.S.
Yeah,
or
and
any other
that's.
radioactive material. Basically, uranium's like the most common one, I think. Right?
Mhm. I think so. Yeah. Is it uranium 356
Yeah, it's like
or 365 or something like that?
three no two thirty
No, no.
six,
230. Yeah, 236 or
and then like
230.
238 and 236, I believe, are the most common ones. And
Mhm.
then right next to it's like plutonium 235 or something.
Yeah. I like I said, I don't remember the numbers too much off the top of my head.
Yeah, but
Uh,
it's like very minuscule. If you like a small, tiny like pinch
mhm.
could power a whole state.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like it is very minuscule. It's not bad. Like even the power plants you can make are like so tiny, and
Yeah,
you can make them so that it's so hard to cause a natural disaster.
yeah, and like there's the talk when we do talk about this. There is the discussion of what happens when the chunk that we use is finally dried up and like not usable for power. Well, there's a like a there was a whole book when I was doing the research for geochemistry. There's
Hmm.
a whole ass book on how to dispose of nuclear waste,
Hmm.
specifically during a meltdown and like a giant explosion and everything else gets radioactive, like the dirt, clothes, buildings, and stuff. But like it also explains like yeah, when you're done, we kind of just put it in an area where it can decay into its half lives for thousands of years. But like it's not that much if it's you know properly disposed of. And we also
Yeah,
put it in like salt caves because that traps everything in really well.
yeah, and yeah, we don't use those salt caves. You don't house really anything there.
Yeah, because you
And
can make salt without salt caves.
oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
We
It's
don't need to go
just
mining for our table salt. Is what we're saying.
yeah, no, and it's just stuff like that where I think a lot of people don't understand or are too scared to even like look at it. And like I will say with solar panels, they're great. The problem is that those the panels itself. get scratched up so easily.
Yeah.
So it can that's a major issue that's kind of sucks. And you have to make sure they're clean and stuff like that. There's a lot of people doing it with farming and having sheep so the sheep can be there's a lot of stuff that is great about solar panels, but at the same time, they take up a lot of space.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
windmills also, they're pretty big.
yeah, there is one company I really like, and I really want to buy it whenever I can get a house. Who knows if I can ever buy one? But
It's
they're like
economy.
this. Yeah, it's like the size of like maybe if you put four, uh, let's say a Corsair case, like the medium tower Corsair cases. If you put two side by side and too tall, and
Mhm.
it's like a small like a small wind turbine that pretty much it doesn't have the propeller out, but basically wind can blow in and it can create a vortex that
K-
makes it
Like a
more powerful.
like those Dyson bladeless fans.
Uh, let me look them up real quick, and then I can send you a picture,
Because
and then
that's
you
the
can
only thing that's going to my head is like
I
those fans that have no blades and they just push air.
yeah, it kind of uh
Not sponsored by Dyson. That'd be a
yeah
crazy sponsor to have.
uh I uh
Wow.
copy uh copy image, and I will just send it to
I
you.
guess like while you're doing that, like going along with the idea, like my idea at least, if I were to like run everything in my perfect world, slowly phase out fossil fuels for wind turbines, solar panels, and everything, but also phase in nuclear power plants, while also trying to explain to people what it is, but also at the same time like uh
I sent you the photo.
do it without them for the most part. What the fuck is that, dude?
That's the wind turbine.
That looks like a bomb. I'm not gonna lie.
No, but so you see like little chutes where it kind of you can kind of see where the
Yeah.
air can flow up from underneath. I've been looking at this company for the last like 5 years, and I think they're starting to be more. You can buy them yourself, but they're have enough. Like the turbine is inside of that,
Okay.
so like birds can't get caught up in it.
How big is that?
Really, it's like probably like it's not huge. It's smaller than a person.
Smaller
Like
than a person. Okay.
yeah, I think it might because I'm like almost 6 foot.
So it's kind of
I
like
think it's like
a generator almost.
yeah, pretty much. It's like the size of like a little generator, but it's a wind turbine, and you can, from what I understand, you can buy like one or a couple of them, hook them up, um, to your house and be able to power. You're not gonna be able to power everything, but even like having
Just some
one,
power.
yeah, one or two per household in the U.S. could really help and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like you have stuff like this. You might, if you can't afford a solar panel, these would be great for supplemental energy because you have wind
Pretty
more
much all the
often than you
time.
have. Yeah. Um, like with I will say with hydroelectric dams, you do have that issue with wildlife kind of interfering with it. If the streams dry up, you have to kind of like start figuring out how to close them down and like
Right.
divert, and then there's a lot of issues. And I'm not saying hydroelectric dams are bad. No, they're amazing. They are great. I'm for all for like these electric stuff. I'm for electric cars, but we don't have the infrastructure. We don't have like the batteries to really support them.
Yeah.
Dude, you go into the Midwest or you go into any small town in the US, you aren't getting half of them don't even have card readers.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the US is great and big and all for it, but the people that can push for this live in the city.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna get
It's like I
this
can see
shit,
you putting these on like top of buildings.
dude. Yeah, I mean, you get them in small towns, and you just give a whole bunch of small towns a lot of these, and they can power most of their.
Because I'm
Uh,
thinking like the like kind of like how they have giant water storage like silos on top
yeah,
of like buildings in the city. Like you can just also put one of those up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these aren't huge. You can put them in your backyard. You can put them next to your side of your house or on your roof.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like stuff like this would not be terrible.
No, and it
Or
sounds like technology just gets better and better. It might just get smaller and smaller with the same power.
yeah, and like this kind of creates like a higher vortex from what I understand, so it kind of increases it.
Hmm. Also, I
But
think some nuclear reactors are also this size as well.
oh yeah, those are tiny. I mean, a lot of that's what I was saying. A lot of nuclear reactors can be small.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's just a good thing. Like there is a lot of good green sources out there and
Oh
nuclear
yeah.
sources that are just 10 times better than fossil fuels.
Hmm.
But it's like I also
And
understand the fact if we like doing a sudden paradigm shift of no fossil fuels, outright ban it, that takes people's jobs away like immediately. And
well,
that's kind of what we want to prevent though. And like in my opinion, you could probably phase out fossil fuels while giving the people that are working in fossil fuels jobs in nuclear power plants because to work for a nuclear power plant is not complicated, especially if you're just like the guy that pulls levers and push buttons.
not only that, I come from like a long line of farmers,
Hmm.
and the one problem I think with this is we're not looking at like how are how is tractor technology going to be able to produce food
Right.
for us? And that's
Electric
the whole thing too. A
electric
lot of people
tractors.
you could, but dude, I don't know how much tractors, but when I was 20 2014, dude, a giant combine
Mhm.
cost more than a house.
Yeah, tractors are hella expensive.
Dude, they're expensive. Take a lot to run, and I don't give a shit what you say, dude. If we don't have farmers, we ain't
We
getting
don't
no
eat.
food.
We don't eat.
Oh yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like, I don't care that you can grow a garden unless you can be sustainable off that garden and support other people. Your home garden is great, but you still need to go. If you need to go to the grocery store, you're not sustainable. You need a farmer.
Yeah, like you pretty much don't eat anything unless there's someone farming. And if you're not
Yes.
willing to farm, you don't eat.
Yep. And that's the whole thing too. Is I think we could do it realistically, get rid of fossil fuels, but it's going to take time, and you need to talk to everyone. You need to talk to the farmers. You need to
Yeah,
talk
though
to the people that live in the middle of nowhere.
the farmers because they utilize the
Hmm.
tractors and everything and that's fossil fuels and like gas and oil.
Yep.
And it's like I feel like there could be like if we finally get the hydrocarbon and like water
Hmm.
cars, like that could be a good replacement if they stop, killing people that invent that.
Hmm.
That's definitely a conspiracy theory, but
That's for another day.
that we already did that episode.
I know. Um, that's the second round of conspiracy
yeah,
theories.
yeah, yeah. But like
Foreshadowing.
like water like if they can do water cars, which they
Mhm.
have done, it is kind of proven that you can do it. Uh I think a water tractor could be plausible.
It's the horsepower that a lot of we have issues with.
Yeah.
You can have the torque, you can have the speed, but it's actually the pulling capacity and power, which really only occurs with
Well, we
diesel.
go back to horses.
You could, but for our large scale farming,
Oh my god.
from what I understand,
The ones that are like fucking thousands of acres, dude.
dude, if you didn't know, we can technically in the US feed the whole world. We
Yeah.
have enough farm and like food. We theoretically could keep everyone alive and fed in
If
the
the entire world decided to work together.
yes. But just let you know if you didn't know that. And this was like back in 2013 that I got
Yeah,
from
something like that.
uh, a board share meeting that my parents used to go to because they own stock in a company, and
Right.
it was a farming uh, giant that we kind of worked for. But anyways, yeah, they're like,
Besides the point,
besides the point, no, they were like, yeah, we have the technology to feed everyone in the world. It's just more of like we no one wants to.
Yeah, it comes down to
Um,
like money.
Oh, it comes down to money, politics, and stuff like that. And but like I think going green fully is possible,
It's just not gonna
but
happen in our lifetime.
dude, it is so hard. Like the amount of people that live in the middle of nowhere that you have to have access to, the amount of people that have a hard time just getting the regular mail
Old Ohio.
is hard. Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like you got stuff like that that people that probably should be talking, get talked to don't because they're not part of a high population like in California
Yeah.
or you got Seattle, Portland here on the West Coast. Um, what was it? Phoenix, Arizona probably I think has a really high population. Chicago, New York.
Hmm. To be
Um,
fair though, anyone that willingly lives in California probably hates themselves.
s- yes,
Or you're famous and have tons of money that you can just throw
yeah.
around.
But you know what I'm talking about too. It's just one of those things that I think it's going to take a while, and unless people want to listen to everyone and take everyone's thoughts into consideration, and also help this small person
Yeah.
or this little guy, it's not going to work. It's not going to work because if you let's say you in the US we're like everyone has to have an electric car
Hmm.
and we're not going to sell any more oil or
Well, it's
gas
just
or
like,
anything like that.
sorry,
It doesn't work.
like electric
Oh,
cars are not great in the US, and that's
mhm.
because the US is massive.
Yes.
Like
I
if
mean,
if you get an electric car in Japan, that yeah, that works because a lot of them don't already have cars, and if you're gonna drive, it's not that far. But in the U.S., like just going from your house to probably where you work is like
mhm,
an hour or something. It could be in like an hour
mhm.
for
I
most people.
well yeah, and like that's the whole thing is like you go anywhere like traveling wise, a 30-minute drive gets you sometimes halfway across town, halfway across the city.
Yeah,
I mean, you go into Europe, 30 minutes, 45 minutes,
it's like
whatever.
you're in
It,
Germany.
yeah, you're like, that's the whole thing. You're in another country. Here, you're still in the same state. You're sometimes in the same city, and you don't even get that far. It's weird because he drives so fucking far.
Oh my god, you
I mean,
almost everyone needs a car in the U.S. too.
yeah, I mean, it's different if you live on the East Coast. East Coast is a little bit closer. On the West Coast, dude, it's
Yeah,
fucking
because I was gonna say
shit.
like besides like some of the states on the East Coast, like Rhode Island or something, every state in the U.S. is basically a mini country.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like Alaska and Texas, those could just straight up be countries.
I mean, Texas wants to be a country.
Yes, but that's that's besides the point. That like they're big enough to like they're bigger than some countries in the world already.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, most of the I mean, California is bigger than most countries in the world.
I was gonna say because you got like nothing's coming to my mind right now that's small, but like the I guess like the Czech Republic, like that's kind of small, I believe, right?
Uh, yeah,
I'm not
I
good at
think because of
geography.
dude, they just split up multiple times. I think it used to be Czechoslovakia, and then it went Czech Republic, and then Slovakia or something like that. So
Yeah, but like they're kind
yeah,
of small compared to like just
it's a
states.
tiny yes. I mean, Sweden's small too.
Sweden is small, but it's like still on the bigger side in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, you got was it the England? It's pretty small.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if Chile wasn't like a just a strip of land and you like mashed it all together, it would probably be like one of the smaller countries as well. It's
Well,
just
yeah, it's
notable
just
because it's a giant sliver.
it's a giant sliver of a mountain range.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Dude, how did we literally talk? We got so far off topic.
That's the point, man.
I know.
That was funny. These are fun like sidetracks though.
Oh gosh. No, I don't know. I really do like science. I do like how the evolution of everything. I think that's why I really wanted to get in hydrography. I really wanted to talk to indigenous people or Native Americans. I don't know what's politically people that kind of were here before the settlers. um, pretty much took it over, and then also working with farmers too.
Yeah, the white people.
Those are the two populations that I really do want to work with, and making sure that they have enough water.
Damn white people, man. Them settlers. Those goddamn
Yeah.
Europeans back in
Well, yeah, and
1600.
yeah, for me too. I like water. I understand like you have both ways. Like I really like to keep everything like
Yeah.
beautiful.
Science in general is just very interesting.
Oh yeah.
I understand it's not for everyone, and science is complicated. Like there is math, there's physics, there's chemistry, all of that goes into like a science basically. And I get like that's confusing to some people.
But
And
there's a certain point that you kind of need to understand it too.
yeah, like you need to understand how the world works, kinda,
Mhm,
and that is through science and math, basically.
mhm.
Unfortunately, like it might not be like the math that you learn in school, but it's definitely like the math that you would use in everyday, like money and time and stuff like that. That kind of math.
I
Like
mean, dude, baking takes that
yeah,
too.
baking is a time math, and it's like I don't know, like the math that you won't use is obviously like, arrange the perimeter of this triangle, and it's like, yeah, you could kind of use that depending on the job you get, but
Yeah.
you're not going to use it. A lot of that stuff
No.
isn't usable depend until it depends
Mhm.
on the job you actually get.
Oh yeah. No, a lot of people, I will say, if you go into sales, you're probably never going to use basic. I mean, like anything advanced more than algebra, maybe.
Yeah, algebra is like the most that you'll probably need to know, and on
Mhm.
that, like hell, dude, I think I even could teach algebra. Like you give me the guidebook, and I could probably teach it immediately.
Yeah, algebra is not ungodly difficult. It can be difficult if you
Teaching
just give
calculus
up.
though, that's hard.
Dude, calculus sucks. I mean, there are some parts of calculus that are fine, but once you get into, was it that vector calc that
Oh, I didn't even go that far, dude.
I almost went that far. I was literally like derivative, no,
Yeah, like
integral calculus.
explaining what a derivative or an antiderivative is like some of the more complicated stuff.
It's useful. I think I just struggled. I also just gave up. I
Yeah,
was so burnt out.
I got to the two calculus courses I needed and then got out of math and jumped into my science.
I found out that I could get a D. It was it. What was the second one? Was it integral?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyways, I was able to pass with the like get out with a D
Dude,
on
how do you
pretty
pass with a D? Like I haven't gotten a D in my life because that was considered failing every.
dude. It was that, or I just kept going until I passed, and I'm too stubborn,
That makes sense.
and I I brute force math.
It's like I've only failed technically one class, and that was physics, but with an algebra based one. And I failed that because I was like 16 and stupid and didn't really care. And then I came back when I realized I wanted to be a geologist and I needed physics.
Mhm.
I went back and did the physics with calculus, and that just made way more sense.
That's fair. I did the physics with calculus version.
Yeah,
And,
it makes way more sense because the physics with algebra one, you have to do like some roundabout methods.
oh yeah, no,
That
I did with calculus. I will say always pair up with, if you really are terrible with certain skills,
get a
pair
friend.
up with the, well yeah, no, just pair up with a quiet nerdy guy. And those guys are probably the nicest people in the world and
This
will
is
also help you out.
is this your relationship advice too? Hey, just get a really nice, quiet guy.
Hey, dude, if you want a nice quiet guy. No, I mean, dude, I still talk to him whenever I can. Feel bad. I haven't talked. I literally have this guy on Discord right now, and I haven't talked to him for like over a year.
There's
And
a
he was
few
gonna
people
be
I have in Discord that I haven't talked to in
he,
a while.
he was gonna be a doctor. I could tell you the whole backstory of this guy because I remember, dude. I haven't talked to him for years, and I still like just I could tell you everything about him. Everything were his like favorite like drink. I talked to him about your his dad's relationship with him and what kind of computer he liked doing, what he was really interested in.
I feel like
Just like,
that's a thing though. Like, sorry to cut you off, but it's like,
oh,
um, you get to know these people, and they once you stop talking to them, they're locked in at that last moment you talk to them, and then until you start talking to them again, all of your knowledge is based on that last moment, basically.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, so all your current knowledge is from 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that's the worst part. Too, he was like my lab partner and best. Like we talked for that whole 3 months. It was 2 months because
Dude,
by 2 months
so-
excelled.
I was gonna be like, sometimes it do be like that because like when I was going through at least community college, like
Mhm.
you get into a class for 3 months, at least here in Oregon, when you have trimesters. I guess maybe
Yeah.
that's not an Oregon specific thing, but Oregon does trimesters, and some people do semesters, and that's like 6 months or something. But like here, at least, it's like you go into a class, you don't know anyone. You're like, for me, it's like you kind of do have that awkward phase, and then you like get into like a couple weeks in, and then you start talking to people. Then you make a bond for like the first couple months, and then the final comes around, and you're like, "Hey, man, we should continue to hang out or something." And then like after that third month, all communication just stops. And like that happens way more often than like some people realize. Like obviously you would have friends that take the same class and you like are so close. It's like, hey, come take this class with me, because we're kind of like in the same genre and like it fits both your requirements, but it kind of is just that. Like if you're in like a low level math class, there's like a ton of different degrees people are going after. And so you like maybe you'll talk to this guy and you connect with this guy, but he has like an art degree and you're a science degree, and then but you both need math for whatever reason, and then after that 3 months, like you may be the best of friends, but you split because you have different
Yep.
paths in life, which is sad. But it's also like, hey man, they're gonna do their own life, and like if they don't reach out to me, then it's in the same realm of why I didn't reach out to them. We're both moving on with our lives.
Dude, it sucks so much.
While I
Dude,
think
like
in university it's much different because like we had like 2 years to get to know each other.
oh, we were talking about high school?
No, I was talking about community college. I'm talking about university
Oh,
now.
oh, dude, fuck.
I
Community
mean,
college.
it happens in university too when you have to do like those one-offs. But like if you're in the same, like for me, I when I entered university, all I had was geology classes. So the only people I talked to were the other geology kids, basically. And like I have I had 2 years worth of talking to those people,
That's fair.
and that forms a much closer bond than the 3 months, people.
That's fair.
That's just how I saw it. And like even after that, like after that 2 years, like you may have this very close bond, and then you stop talking because you all graduated and you moved on with your life. Some people have kids, some people have families. Maybe you become homeless. I don't know. There's multiple reasons of why after 2 years even you just stop talking
Dude,
to
the
someone.
becoming homeless, I feel like you know somebody that became homeless after 2 years.
I don't, but it's like it's just like I don't know why it was my first thought. It's like, yeah, they could have kids, they start family, they get married, or they can't pay their student debt and they become homeless.
It's like they have a family or have another family, or they're homeless. If you don't have a family, you're homeless.
Yeah.
It was like,
I mean, if you don't get a job lined up immediately, if you don't have like support pillars, you kind of are just homeless.
dude, if I will say, if I didn't have the job I had like in college, I would have fucking
'Cause
hated my life.
I mean, it's a very like there's a lot of like avenues, but it's like if you go into college and you don't have to pay debt because you're in college, but then like all of a sudden you graduate, if you don't have a job lined up, and in this market it's really hard to get a job going,
Mhm.
if like your parents are gone out of your life, or like someone that's a support pillar are all gone out of your life, and it's only been you, and you don't have like a girlfriend or a boyfriend or something, like you have nothing after college, and it's just like you almost become homeless,
Don't
like
you have
straight up.
me?
Okay, wait. I'm talking about a very specific
Oh,
scenario. I have support pillars.
I
I'm
know.
good. If I didn't have support pillars, I would not be doing streaming. I'd be like, fuck, dude, I gotta go work at a Taco Bell. I have 4 shifts and gotta make these bean burritos for these fat asses.
And then you're gonna hate your Taco Bell.
I'm gonna hate my life, and then I'm gonna secretly eat one of the bean burritos and say I did put it in the bag because I'm hungry. You know, shit like
Can't
that.
afford everything.
I can't afford the $1 bean burrito. I guess technically nothing's $1 anymore.
I know.
Like it's all like $1.25 menu or something, or like $5 menu.
Yeah.
God, when are we gonna go back to the fucking $1 menus, man? That shit was bussin'.
I was gonna say, technically, McDonald's is actually lost profit, and they are to the point where they're telling everyone that owns franchises that they need to lower their prices.
Oh yeah, isn't there like a war with the fast food companies now where it's like they're trying to lower prices so more customers come in?
Yeah, because they can't get enough people coming in because they're
Because
losing profits.
nobody wants to spend $15 on a shitty Big Mac.
Dude, if you can go to a restaurant and spend $20 per person, why would you spend it
Like
on
I could
shitty Big
probably
Mac?
go like okay, I know Red Robin's not like the gourmet of gourmet, but it's like
It used to be gourmet.
it used to be gourmet, but like Red Robin burgers are still gourmet status compared to like a double cheeseburger from McDonald's. And if that double cheeseburger from McDonald's is the same fucking price as a quote unquote gourmet Red Robin burger, I'm gonna go to fucking Red Robin, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you can get a better deal from Red Robin, and you can get as many fries as you want.
Yeah, unlimited fries, or you can like Olive Garden with unlimited breadsticks, and then you can also
Yep.
take those breadsticks home with you.
Yep. I mean, I think the most expensive thing at Olive Garden right now is still $25. So $25
Yeah.
plus your drink, and then you have unlimited salad and breadsticks. Shit, you can
Like
scarf those down.
ultimately, eating at home is always the cheapest option because you can get like a can of beans for like
Yes.
68 cents. And like a can of beans is pretty filling, in my opinion.
You didn't know this guy loves his beans.
That was like my my daily meal was like ramen noodles and beans. and I put them together and then you know get your sauce of choice. Usually mine is sriracha and like sweet and sour. That shit, it's so good, bro.
Okay.
Or you know you mix some peanut butter in there and you make like a peanut sauce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Still cheaper than a restaurant though.
I'm sorry. If you did already say that you were you were a bachelor, you that what you just said right there proves like
It
you're
proves
not in a relationship right now. I'm sorry.
saying I eat beans and ramen.
He's like, yeah, you put some peanut butter in that thing.
That shit slams.
I'm sorry.
Instant,
That was like,
just an instant ick for all females. It's like, what the fuck is he talking about?
that was my favorite fucking thing that you just said, and I'm like, dude.
Beans, what the fuck? Hey man, it gets you the fiber and protein. It's peanut butter.
Yeah, yep. That's true.
Hey man, statistically, it gives me everything I need.
Except for like the rest of it, like the vitamins and
Yeah, fuck that, dude. That's why I take vitamin supplements. Got them one a days.
I still don't think it gives you all the vitamins you need. But, okay.
It doesn't, but
it keeps you alive.
it keeps me alive, brother.
Oh,
Listen, never had a cavity. I'm good.
that's good.
It's not a single cavity. I've had kidney stones, but not a cavity. You know how fucked up that is.
Never got that cavity, but those kidney stones, they fucking get me every time.
God damn. That's why I became a geologist so I could learn about kidney stones. And then they were like, nope, that's biology. I'm like, fuck that.
Oh god. Hey. Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay. Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I,
I'm still laughing about it.
I don't know what to say about it. Look at those rocks.
I
Those
know.
rocks are beautiful.
There's your meandering river. Or is that a braided river at that point?
It's not even a braided river.
I don't know, man. Doesn't matter. Mountain
Yes, it does.
terrains.
Yep. Look at that terrace.
Ooh, those aren't
There's
terraces.
no terrace.
Yeah, I was gonna say those aren't terraces.
Just say something.
Oh my god.
There's your meandering river.
Yeah, that is a meandering river. It's got that cut bank
Yes.
and everything.
Yeah, look at that curve. Ooh, that's so sexy.
The curvature of that river.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Ah, yes, paddle boat. What the fuck did this turn into?
Oh, no.
I feel like we hit everything we wanted.
I don't know what else there is. I mean, dude, fuck.
Good enough for me.
Geology. I mean, my biggest thing is, dude, geology is fucking amazing.
It's good, and I think
Yeah,
everyone should at least take a class on it, or watch like
understand it.
a
There's a
2-hour
braided river.
That's a braided river. Yeah,
Um,
but like I don't know, watch like a 2-hour video on geology of like the basics. That shit, it's important.
it's really important. It's worth understanding. You don't need to deep dive into that stuff, but
I feel like we're trying to justify our degree right now.
dude, you know how many times I had to justify my degree to anyone else? They're like, "Why did you get
All
in
the
geology?"
time.
I'm like, dude, it's like starting out. If you can get a job entry level, it's $60K a year.
Yeah.
Easily. You make up to like $100,000 a year in like those jobs.
Yeah, that's what they tell you, is that you can make 60 a year, but then they forget to tell you the part where they ask for 10 years of experience already.
Yeah, I don't know how many people they're getting with that though. 'Cause once you get 10 years experience, you're not entry level.
Yeah, you're like intermediate, if not like senior.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why would I do an entry level job if I have the 10 years already, man? I should be already having a job at that point.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm looking at entry level jobs because guess what? Need an entry.
It's not terrible. I will say the job market's weird.
It's weird right now, and I think in like maybe the next couple years it should shift again.
Yeah.
Maybe make it easier.
I will say I'm not a sit behind the computer type of guy, and that's the type of job I have.
Yeah,
boring.
Can we switch jobs, man?
You're unemployed. So...
Your point? You can edit my TikToks and I'll do the geology.
Dude, I am doing 20-hour estimated projects in like 8 minutes because I'm so fucking bored.
Dude, can you give me a job? Like, what?
8 hours. Dude, I am doing my projects so fucking fast.
Dude, yeah, go tell your company I need a job.
Fuck, if I do all the work, you won't have a job, so fuck you.
Hey, man, it splits from 8 minutes to 4 minutes each.
Oh, yeah. No, it's one of those things, too, that, I don't know, they're really hesitant on even hiring people, too. Because...
It's like, if you're not, like, fast food or, like, customer service, like, everything is hesitant to hire.
I will say you can kind of tell that the economy is kind of going.
It's shit.
Weird. It's kind of shit. It's a lot of companies are hesitant on like hiring new staff if they don't need it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's all fucking.
We want to work. They just won't hire us.
Oh yeah. No, it's weird, dude. If you want, become a DSP. Those people need people. Take care of them.
What's a DSP?
It's a direct support professional. Basically, you're a caregiver for people with disabilities.
Like social service. Okay.
It's social work. Dude, that stuff.
That's what my sister does right now.
What the fuck?
What?
Do you see that thing? Do we need to block somebody?
Oh, cheap viewers. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Get out of here. Nobody wants your cheap ass viewers.
My
viewers are already cheap enough, god damn it.
I just like looked at it. I was like, that is not somebody.
Wow, what a great comment. Thanks for adding to the fucking the conversation.
Sorry, I know a lot of streamers don't like that. I was just
Oh,
making sure.
I hate that shit. I just wasn't paying attention. That's what
No,
fucking Pluto's supposed to do. Do your fucking job.
they're just taking a nap right now.
Pluto's always taking a nap. All right. This is
I
why
guess scare Pluto away.
yeah, I think everyone scares Pluto away.
Yeah,
Or she's talking shit on Twitter again. Like she always does.
probably.
She always does that shit. This is the second podcast in a row where we're just talking shit about Pluto.
I like how we're talking shit.
So we
Pluto's
did
supposed to be in the conversation right now, like taking care of this crap, and then who's like, I don't
well,
want to deal with
we did
this.
that last podcast with
I
Ollie.
know.
And we were just going off on Pluto, and now we're doing it again.
I don't know. It's one of those things too that I even fucking remember what I was talking about. I don't give a shit.
Social work. It doesn't,
social work.
doesn't bad that much.
Dude, it fucking sucks ass, I will say.
I don't want to take care of someone, bro. I have a hard enough time taking care of like an animal or myself.
It's one of those things, if you have the ability to do it and you are actually nice, don't kill yourself doing it. But
My mental's not good enough.
it is not a bad job.
I'd punch a homeless
Dude.
guy.
Okay. I will say, dude, like a lot of guys would not wipe another man's ass.
Fuck that, dude.
But at the same time, like I didn't mind it. Like, yeah, it fucking sucks, and you gotta suck up your pride. But at the same time, when another person can't do it, would you rather sit in your own shit, or would you rather have another man wipe your ass
I just jump in the
if
bathtub.
you weren't able to?
I just
Huh?
get in the bathtub, man.
No, like if you weren't able to do that.
If I weren't able to do that,
Because I worked with a quadriplegic, which basically he cannot move his legs or any of his limbs.
god damn.
He was pretty much unable to get out of his wheelchair unless he had assistance.
Well, given the circumstances you're dealt, you kind of have to do stuff, whether you want it or not.
Oh yeah, no, dude, that guy had to suck up his pride and allow me to.
I'd still
do
have
that
pride.
sort of stuff.
I don't give a shit if another man wipes my ass.
Yeah, no, and that's the whole thing too. Is I know a lot of people, a lot of manly guys were like, yeah, I want to fucking wipe.
Thank God I'm feminine as fuck, dude.
No, it's like one of those things too. Like, dude, like I got to the point where like I don't fucking care. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
if
no, it really doesn't.
No.
Being embarrassed gets you fucking being embarrassed like gets you nowhere. It is a unnecessary emotion to really have. I understand having it, and like I still get embarrassed about a few things, but it's like at the end of the day, whatever you did that was embarrassing, it's done and over with, and as long as you just don't do it again or have to do it again, it's done. You don't need to be embarrassed anymore.
Oh yeah, and that type of pride is more of embarrassment than anything else.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, dude, you're not tickling the guy's balls. You're literally making, yeah, I mean,
slap them jingle bells.
Pretty much. And it was like one of those things that I think a lot of guys are like, I don't want to look at another guy's dick. I'm like, dude, do you watch porn?
Yeah, you're gonna see a dick, bro.
You've seen somebody's guy's dick.
I've
been in a locker
I don't
room?
mind it too much. It's more of like conversations about sex is what makes me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. No, and that's the whole thing. It's like one of those things too, like when we were talking about pride and stuff like that. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's a job. It gets you money and it gets you paid pretty well.
Like I don't know where I talked about this, but I've definitely talked about it before. It's like the whole reason I'm not a vtuber is because I don't like talking about that stuff, but I also I don't care if I'm friends with people that are like lewd or whatever. It's like, sure, like you do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and my thing is not being lewd, but I don't mind if people are being lewd around me. It's just like I'm probably not gonna engage in that conversation as much.
Oh yeah.
Because it makes me uncomfortable. And that's the only thing that really makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, and that's fine.
Like everything else, I'm like all for it. Like I'll talk about like fucking ass and stuff, ass and titties. But like, I don't know.
I was gonna say that was like I'll talk about ass and titties. I'm talking about right now.
I'm
Ass
talking
titties.
about it right now. But it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
the act of stuff like it, I guess.
Oh no, it's fine. It's
And I don't mind if other people do it, but yeah, I won't do it personally because I'd rather engage in like other things like science and art and stuff like that.
you know, I'd rather see a painting of ass and titties
Yeah, I'd rather see an
than
artistic
talk about it.
rendition from the Renaissance times, ass and titties.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
even know what
I
we're
lost my train of thought because we got into the
talking
fucking ass and titty part.
uh, yeah, I think we kind of lost it. But yeah. No, I think we were talking pretty much about people's pride
Oh
and
yeah,
shit. It's
embarrassed.
more of
Like
embarrassment.
as soon as I came to the realization of like embarrassment is almost an unnecessary emotion. This makes me sound like a stuck-up bitch when I say this, but it's like
You
as
are though.
I'm 100%,
You've
dude.
always been stuck up, bitch.
I know. But like ever since I came to the realization that like embarrassment is not really an emotion I need, because
Yeah.
like yeah, if I do something in the moment, I'll feel embarrassed, like haha, yeah, oh god, why did I do that? And then like the next day I'll be fine. And like I like I used to like be embarrassed by like I'll sit in bed and I'll remember like the shit I did in 8th grade. Like, oh, my elbow made a fart noise and it was loud as fuck, and that embarrassed the shit out of me because everyone thought I farted or something. And it's like I would be embarrassed about that like years later. It's like, why the fuck do I care about that still? I don't really talk to those people I talked to in like the middle school anymore, and like probably none of them remember that because it was not them. So it's
Yeah.
like if I don't talk to them, and B they don't remember, I shouldn't have to care about what I did 12 years ago.
It must be nice.
What
I,
do
s-
you
I
mean
still,
must be nice?
dude, I still get embarrassed about the time I peed on the back of one of my friend's tents
Well,
because
that's
I
just
didn't want to pee on the fireplace or fire pit in front of them.
fair enough. But like, yeah, but that friend that you did that to, do they know about it?
Oh yeah, he was pissed at it
Do you
about
still
me.
talk to them?
Not personally, but more likely I'll
Boom,
just run
done.
into them
Don't need to be
if
embarrassed
I.
anymore.
You have no idea how many random people I run into 10, 20 years later
Okay, but
that I haven't
are
even
they
seen.
gonna remember it?
He
And
won't.
if they bring it up, it's like,
He won't.
why do they care? That was
He
just a
won't.
random thing.
I was gonna say his tent. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Like I.
like if I
It's
ran
one of
into
those things.
sorry, go
Go
on.
ahead. I was gonna say it's like one of those things. Like it just like kind of like it doesn't bother me, but it's one of those things that just pops into my head. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I never said sorry, and I feel bad about it.
Yeah, like after you apologize or whatever, like who cares? Like I'm probably an embarrassing moment like Grant. I don't know if you know or remember Grant at field camp. Like he got drunk at
Yes,
field
I
camp.
know. I know. He kept me up. Like fuck.
But like when at field camp when they had that drinking day like on the
Yeah.
3rd week and he threw up
Uh huh.
outside his tent, like that was embarrassing for him. But like he shouldn't be embarrassed for the rest of his life on that. Like it when I went to the wedding and he was there and he's the one that brought up, he's like, remember when I threw up outside my tent? I'm like, yeah, I remember that. But it's like, yeah, I remember it, but like who cares if it's embarrassing?
Yeah.
And
Um.
I don't think he cares, but like
Yeah. No, like, dude, I didn't care. I was more worried, like, fuck, it's another person I'm gonna have to take care of.
Grant.
Dude, I thought, like, in my brain, like, he's gonna drown in his own vomit. I'm gonna have to take care of
I'm
his
gonna have to
ass.
take care of his ass. Oh my.
See, and that's why I probably would have been a better nurse than a geologist.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck.
rock therapist.
I was like, went out there, just, like, sitting. I'm like, okay, I still hear him vomiting, so I'm good. Still alive.
It is
Look,
weird. It might just be more intense to us, but it's weird how many geologists drink alcohol.
dude, it's fucking crazy.
It's like 90% of geologists.
Dude, the amount of drink tickets, because I went to GSA and they're like, yeah, just drinks everywhere, alcohol, just
Yeah.
and then like from what I understand, like dude, the amount of geologists are just alcoholics, pretty much.
Like and then here comes my ass that doesn't really like drinking alcohol. And I'm like, can I get a Dr. Pepper? Like, dude, I'm a fucking child apparently compared to like all these people that are drinking like hard ass whiskey and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I just don't want to get drunk right now. Like, I understand. Well, you don't have to get
Yeah.
drunk, and a lot of them don't get drunk. They drink beers and IPAs and seltzers and ciders and
God,
shit
it's
like that.
terrible.
But it's like,
Oh, that's
I don't know. I would rather taste something I think is enjoyable to drink because I think IPAs are fucking dog.
dude, they're terrible.
I mean, let me specifically say ones out of the cans because that's what that like you would buy it and then you bring them out of the field with you and you drink an IPA out there. But those are fucking garbage. Now, probably an actual craft beer inside a brewery is probably 10 times better.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't like drinking alcohol in general. Like when I drink alcohol, I like to just shoot back the alcohol because it gets the taste out of my mouth immediately. Like a shot of tequila or something, and then I bite a lemon, and then boom, I'm done. Like, don't need to drink any more alcohol. Like that's the way I like to do it. I don't like nursing a beer because beer tastes like fucking dog shit, dude. Maybe college specific beers, I should say. Like the ones like cans and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know how what's from like Oregon specifically or West Coast or all around the world. There's like a brand called Pub Beer, and it's in like a white can that just says Pub Beer. Dog shit. Absolute garbage. But since it's cheap, every college student gets it.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
I would rather just drink like a Dr. Pepper or like water.
Yeah.
If my goal is to get drunk, I'll drink fucking anything. Now I will say moonshine doesn't really have a taste of alcohol. And that's a dangerous road.
Yep. That's where you get your alcoholics, and when you start hearing the banjo playing, dude, you gotta run.
Oh my god.
You got too far into that stuff.
You're done.
Dude, I will say I love the sound of a banjo in a song. It's fucking amazing.
Just do you?
If it's played, dude, if it's played right, it fucking is smooth. You don't notice the banjo playing, but if it's mixed and played correctly, it is the fucking best sound.
I mean, I feel like you could say that about any instrument if it's played right.
Yeah.
Because like I saw like this dude that went super fucking hard on a harmonica, and he made that harmonica actually sound like good.
Oh yeah, dude, like a fucking banjo, it's like the underrated like fucking instrument in the world.
Like or like handpan. Like some people just make that sound shit like good, but if I took that, it'd be like boom, and that's it.
That's true. Sorry. Sorry, I was looking up bass pong and then banjo started.
Okay.
No, bass pong is. It's a game that I played.
The video game Pong from 1862.
No, it's like beer pong, but
oh, that kind of Pong.
It's bass pong. So basically baseball mixed with beer pong.
Okay.
Mixed with rage cage.
Dude, when you said Pong, my immediate thought was the video game where it's just 2 bars and you bounce a ball.
Okay.
And then that was like Pong. I'm like,
we
yeah,
both
cool.
know where your college experience went.
Yeah, video games and streaming. To be fair, I did try my best to like actually hang out with my friends in college.
Yeah.
Like I went to parties, but not a ton of them. I went to 2 parties that weren't like friend based, and I hated both of them. And then like all the parties after that were like at the Geo house.
Yeah, I felt so weird. Once I switched from engineering to geology, I was like, wow, you guys are boring. Engineers are fucking where it's at.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was this engineering major, it was still, I was going to be join that fraternity. I had a lot of friends that did cocaine and drank so much.
They would just out here doing hard drugs, I guess.
Oh yeah, why not? And yeah, and like they would just go hard.
What do you mean? Why not? What the fuck? We do not condone hard drugs on this podcast.
You said, yeah, engineers go hard. It's like, why not? I mean, like they have to stay up and like for 48
I
hours
know,
doing their
okay.
math homework.
I
I'm
mean,
not saying do it. I was saying if you're going to do
if you're gonna be an
anything,
engineer major, you can do it all the drugs you want, apparently.
you're gonna die anyways. You're gonna die from a heart attack just from like trying to stay
Jesus
up. Most engineers fucking crack under pressure. There's a reason why there's a dropout rate
and
on
that's
that.
why their
Was it?
bridges fail.
Dude, when you have a freshman class of 4,000 people, and by the time you graduating class is 200,
Yeah, that's true.
that's engineering for you.
That's why I didn't become an engineer, man.
Well, look at the geology, like starting class of 20, the
Yeah, they all
graduation class of 20.
20. Yeah, they start small, they end small.
Yeah, it was because like they have no friends. They fucking
Hey,
stuck you out in a desert.
yeah, they
You're
shove you in
going.
the desert and say make friends or die.
Honestly, that's kind of how it went, though.
Because if you don't have friends, they don't want to save your ass.
There was a couple people I was gonna leave their asses out there, and
Oh,
I had extra water.
there there
I
is a
had a couple
definitely
gallons of.
there are some people that pissed me off enough, and I was just like,
Look
please
at that
go
cliff.
go the other direction.
Look at that cliff that you're standing.
Unfortunately, I am the slow one, so they would leave me. So yeah, I would be the tumbling one.
Look at that cliff right there.
Yeah, this is a like a fucking Skyrim mountain, bro.
I know. You
This
can
is
only climb up one side by jumping
this is
sideways.
this is Nordic territory.
What kind of mountain is that? What is it built by? Is it subduction?
No.
Oh fuck.
I have no idea because I don't know where this is.
Dude, I keep getting this ad for Pokemon and I love it.
Which one? Pokemon Go?
No, it's a Pokemon trading card game, and like just like Pokemon in general keeps like advertising. It's fucking amazing.
Is it the new Pokemon card game that's coming out and it's like you can like once a day you can earn like a Pokemon pack or something?
What? That's a thing?
No, yeah, in one of the Pokemon Directs, there's a new mobile game coming out that it's the TCG like card game, but it's on mobile, and like once a day you can like open up a Pokemon card pack as if you were like as if you bought like an actual pack from the store.
Oh, because they can't sell enough card packs anymore.
I guess because you can also buy some extra card packs like digitally, and it's kind of cool. Not the buying part, but like the artwork on the cards are like
Yeah.
interactive almost. Like
Okay.
they're like animated, I guess is the better way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's actually super cool,
Yeah.
and
Dude, have you
I'm
ever-
waiting for it. Comes out in like 2025 or something.
So I started playing Magic the Gathering. And when I say started, I just bought a pack because none of my friends want to play Magic the Gathering, even though they got me into it. They don't want to play because they're losers.
I have never played a card game but the Pokemon one.
Dude, I have a lot of Pokemon games if you're or Pokemon cards if you ever want to play, and I also have a lot of Digimon cards.
Yeah.
A shit ton of Digimon cards.
I need to go find my Digimon cards, but I have a shit ton of Pokemon cards prior to I think I stopped opening packs around the Sun and Moon era.
Okay. I bought the 2020 no the 20th anniversary pack. Like when you get like the whole like
The Pokemon one?
yeah.
Is that the
when you
one with
get,
like
all
the
types.
shiny? Is that the like the shiny Ho-Oh?
I didn't get that one.
Because I got
No,
I got that one.
No, it's like the 20th anniversary their generations pack.
Yeah.
Like where you get the box and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like the Eevee card, the shiny fucking GX. Was it the Venusaur?
Okay. Dude, okay. So I did have this idea.
Yeah.
Once I get like a job and everything and I actually have some like disposable income, I
What
want
are you
to
gonna do? Open up packs?
yeah, I wanted to buy like a booster box of like probably the most recent thing or something. And like I think that's like 36 packs or something. And that could be a whole stream in and of itself.
Dude, don't be one of those guys.
What?
Dude, dude, there's this game that I've been watching this. I love this guy. He makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But he created this game called Divorced Dads.
What the fuck?
Dude, it is an actual game. It was a joke until he just he made the card game called Divorce Dads,
Okay.
and it's fucking hilarious. And it's basically just based around like generally like when you have like a divorced dad, and it's like you have like the ex-wife or the ex-girlfriend, the new girlfriend, and like they're always like they're kind of just always ugly or whatever, blah blah
What the
blah. Or you
fuck?
got like, the in dude, it's there's like was it CPAP machine, which is like a utility card.
Okay.
Uh dude, it's amazing. Uh
I
there's
guess
a called
guess I'll have to
erectile
look it up.
dysfunction.
Oh my god, I'll
It,
have to look this up later.
dude, it is amazing. It was a joke,
I feel like a
and
lot of
basically this
things start out as jokes and then they get
it
made into
was
actual
yeah,
thing.
it started as a joke and then got created into a real thing, and I love it. And I love how the whole joke was he needed the house. The
Okay.
house was, and then at the moment like, the joke was the moment he got the house, he was gonna stop.
Yeah.
He pulled the house in his fake deck or his booster pack,
What the fuck?
and he stopped making those like little joke card games like
Hmm.
then like a little bit later he came out with his own like card game called Divorce Dads.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude, it's cool, it's amazing, and I kind of really like it.
Maybe we should just like do a stream, like IRL, and then we just do a card game with like a
Yeah,
camera pointing at the table.
yeah.
I will
I
say,
mean,
if we get like someone famous on the podcast, I think we have to do webcams and not just be our PNG guys.
dude, I don't even have a webcam.
You're gonna get one.
Dude,
If we
I
get
was
the
actually,
fucking president on the podcast, we have to do webcam. All right?
dude, I'm definitely just shutting down everything. I'm not ever
You're just not gonna show up to that one.
yeah, that was like the one like it's the president. Oh shit.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Can you-
I was gonna say if we get the president on and you don't show up, that's basically just me doing an interview. Which I'm not opposed to, but fuck, dude, that's gonna be a scary fucking moment.
No, it's like you just like get like a former dude. We get Bush on for some reason.
Senior.
Senior, not even junior, just Bush
Yeah,
senior.
Bush Senior. So,
So how
was 9/11 an
do
inside
you
job?
like your son?
Yeah, just like the two hardest hitting questions: was 9/11 an inside job, and do you like your family?
Because I'm not talking. We're talking about if Bush Senior likes his son Bush Junior. Do you think Bush Junior was a good president?
Do you think you were a good president?
I wasn't alive when you were President Bush Senior.
Dude, that'd be
What
insane.
we're doing here?
How did we get to this point where it's like if they get on the podcast, I feel like the next question in our head would be like, how did we get to this point? That we can pull specifically famous people.
We're just like, I'm sorry, we're not big enough to have the president on, and then we do, and it's just like, fuck.
That's it. It's like, damn, how do we get someone else famous? It's like, bro, we have the president. I feel like anyone would join at that point.
Mr. President, can I please have a job?
No, this is your job.
Fuck.
You get $0 for this. Fuck, dude.
We're the most unserious people.
I know, but that's why it would be funny.
And, like, I feel like I get more serious sometimes, but then I just don't fucking.
Because it's
care
like
half the
if
time.
we're unserious, but it's like at that point we would have to be serious.
Dude, I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
Well, because in my head it's not gonna be like asking political questions. In my head it would be like, all right, so everyone sees a certain president as like a demon, and the point of the podcast would kind of like to humanize them. You know?
Okay, dehumanize the president.
No,
him more
not dehumanize, humanize.
Oh, okay.
We would de-demonize them, or try to at least.
Dude, that's a weird one to do. Humanize the president.
Yeah, humanize the president. Like, because like every president, yeah, they sound like they're an important figure. Don't get me wrong, but it's like a lot of people just see them as horrible people, or you
That's
know,
true.
God, if it's the president you want. Um, and like some people like don't realize that a president does eat, sleep, and shit just like the rest of us.
So, Mr. President, what kind of shits do you normally have? Are they kind of runny? On the was it the there's actually like a poop chart. We bring that up like, so can you tell us one
Where on
through
this poop
eight?
chart do you fall?
What is your normal average
What color is
BM?
your piss? How much water do you drink?
We just ask like questions that don't like. We thought this was gonna be an interview. This is an interview.
It is an
We're
interview.
kinda-
Well, that's why I would be like, hey man, like if we get them, it's like this is not a political interview. This is more of like to make people realize you're just human like the rest of us.
Dude, like, I mean, if your shit stinks, well, that's great. If it doesn't, then
Yeah.
okay. I just saw like the video stop, and I got confused.
Yep. It done and over.
No, and
This
if
is
you
like
just have like,
it's like a 10-hour video, bro.
oh shit, okay. But yeah, you just have like the president. Like, so what was your favorite stuffed animal growing up?
Yeah, it's like shit like that. Like obviously there would probably be like some interesting topics. Like I would bring up like the nuclear stuff with them, like nuclear reactor stuff.
Oh, not the what's the nuclear codes?
Yeah, what's the nuclear warhead?
How do you press the buttons? Is it just a red button?
How does
that you
one
press?
get away with defying the Geneva Convention?
How hard was it to become president?
What's wrong
How
with
many dicks
NATO?
did you have to suck to become president?
How many people did you pay off?
No, dude, yours is worse. Like, I just like, how many people did you have to have sex with?
Have you
Yours
killed
is
someone?
like, how much money does it make? Like, how much money can I make being a president?
Is your family a
Well-
real family or a fake family?
Is the Illuminati real? And can I join?
How's the shadow government treat you?
Is there really lizard people?
Are you a lizard person? Because that goes
I
against the
get-
entire process of this humanizing.
And then if there's aliens, wink twice.
Are you
Not
an alien?
blink. But can we see an alien? And can I make friends with him?
First podcast to have an alien. That's
Did-
all I
did we-
want.
Did we start the probing before the aliens started probing us?
Back in 2020, September 21st, did you understand what Naruto running was?
Have you ever seen Naruto?
It's a good show.
What's your favorite manga?
How kawaii are you?
You know, the shitty part too is, you know, there's gonna be somebody randomly pulls up this video and listens to it and like,
I'm just gonna get an email with the president answering these questions.
yes, I will come onto your podcast. I don't fucking care. We're not, if as long as you don't ask a single political question.
No, like that's the thing. It's like the most
I know.
political would be like the nuclear reactor thing because that's probably the most important thing I care about.
Yeah.
There's some other shit, but it's like that's the most political I would probably get. Like I don't really give a shit about a lot of things.
I know.
I just accept what God gives me.
I don't know.
What
Have you
hand
ever
am I
played
dealt?
beer pong before, and then what is your record?
Did you get absolutely wasted at law school, Mr. President?
What are the secret orgies like?
Whoa. Okay.
Well, no, because we're talking about Eyes Wide Shut type situation.
That was Epstein's Island.
Wait, that's a little too.
What did Steve Hockey tell you? Just like at the end of the podcast, like, hey, can I get a job working in the White House? You'd be like, no, not at all. This is the stupidest shit I've ever been a part of. Like, thank you. That's a compliment.
We worked really hard.
We work really hard for this stupid shit. Most entertaining podcast of your life, right here. Jesus Christ. I can't, dude. I can't. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually gonna throw out the 0.01% chance of asking the president.
Which one though?
Any
All
of
of them?
any of them.
You just like, what is Lincoln's?
Yeah,
email address?
Lincoln's email address. How did the Civil War go? No, I
Can you
okay.
repeat the Gettysburg Address?
Yeah. What are the ghosts like? Like, okay. In my personal opinion, I think the funniest president to get on would be Trump.
Yeah, I think I would be more like scared just because.
Oh yeah, it would be scary, but it
amount-
would be hilarious.
I think so too, dude. Have you? This is weird, but have you ever like watched some of his YouTube videos before he became president?
Yep.
Dude, some of it was really weird.
Oh yeah, it's weird. And it's kind of hard to listen to sometimes.
Does he still have his YouTube channel up?
I have no. I would assume so.
Dude, because some of the stuff they had back in like 2016 was crazy.
Well, it's like if you go watch the TV show that he had, I forget what it's called.
The Apprentice?
Yeah, The Apprentice. Some of that's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh,
That's why I think he would be the best one because he kind of did the entertainment business.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he definitely was a celebrity.
Yeah, I mean he is.
Oh yeah.
And that was before he was president. He was a celebrity before he was president. And no one,
Oh yeah.
like I know now it's like it's controversial to talk about Trump, but like before then, no one really cared all that much.
Yeah, no one really cared, and now
It's the fact that he was president is why people cared.
Yeah. I think when he was just talking about it, that was fine.
Yeah, and then he actually did it. Now, my president is Mr. Beast. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
I need that man to sell his Feastable bars to the rest of the U.S. Right?
Wait, are they good?
I have no idea. I've never tried one. I should
Okay,
try one and then review it on stream. I think that would be a funny ass thing.
And Mr. Beast just like fuck shuts your ass.
I just like immediately like YouTube videos, like a 2-minute video, and it's like, yeah, they're dog shit, and then I immediately get like fucking killed by the Mr. Beast like CIA agents. He's like, you're never coming into a video of mine ever. It's like, fuck, I wanted to be in the box for 72 hours.
I wanted to play in like major like your like the stream like Olympic things or whatever he brings on.
Yeah, my
and you
fucking.
know they're miserable.
Yeah, bury me alive for 10 weeks. Oh god.
Gosh.
That would be fucking funny though.
Okay, I wanted to bring up this whole thing. This is a little bit more like on the nose, and I don't really talk about a lot.
Okay.
I didn't know who the fuck Sketch was until the whole fucking his apology fucking shit.
Oh, for his OnlyFans?
Yeah.
So okay, I knew of Sketch. I didn't like
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but I knew of him and I didn't have like negative thoughts about him ever because he was like the what's up brother Tuesday whatever shit.
Okay.
And it's like I didn't have a problem with him, and when the like I guess quote unquote allegations came out or whatever that he was a gay OnlyFans creator, like my first thought immediately was, who the fuck cares?
Because that's what I was like thinking too. The allegations weren't even bad. They weren't like, oh,
No, it's just
up with underage people. It was literally like,
yeah, he was gay. Oh no.
Yeah.
He
why
made
the
it in.
fuck does it matter?
I think the problem was that he made content on it, but it's like, yeah, so does like
So what?
a billion other people that have OnlyFans make porn.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, how many streamers do you could probably pull up the like the front page of Twitch and see.
Yeah, you'd probably see
4,000 pairs of
fucking
tits.
yeah, and it's just like,
And it was just this one guy that just like everything he did everything right.
Yeah, the problem was that he's popular, and
Yeah.
people don't like popular people, and they hate the
And-
success of others.
And it's like he did nothing wrong. He
Yeah.
didn't push it. He wasn't like, hey, watch me do whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't fucking matter.
No
And
one
it
no
was
one
so
knew
weird.
about it for years.
Yeah, so why does it fucking matter?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The people that actually don't like him because of it are the people that are like probably homophobic.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's like the major thing. I thought it was the weirdest shit in the world.
Yeah.
To just like watching it, I'm like,
Like there is he has literally done nothing wrong,
yeah,
like as far as we know.
oh yeah,
Like he didn't pull a Dr. Disrespect where he sexted minors.
yeah, that's true.
God, I hope I never go down that path. This is why I tell
Dude,
people be 18, bro. Don't interact if you're under 18 because I'll fucking kill you. No, I'll
yeah.
get out. I'll just block you immediately.
No, that's fair. It's one of those things too that I'm like, I don't. I feel like Twitch and like streaming comes with so much random shit that I don't want to deal with.
Well, okay. I don't think I'll ever go down that path of like minor interacting. Like I can interact with kids just fine and not be weird about it.
Yeah,
I feel like I have to specify that. But I would prefer not to talk to kids because I already don't like talking to kids in the normal aspect. And I also don't already like talking about sex or anything
Yeah.
along those lines. So I think I'm in a really good border of I don't like talking to kids and I don't like talking about sex.
Dude, I will tell you, I've worked with a lot of kids, and dude, being a male and working with kids fucking scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You can do everything right.
And
Dude, I
you'll
used to
it's
teach
still good.
swim lessons.
Yeah, you touch them wrong, their parent gets fucking mad.
No, like you teach swim lessons and you get a fucking third grader or whatever that at the right
Drowns.
height and they try to like, oh, I love you, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, and then
Then
they just go and grab you. I'm like, please leave me, don't
don't touch me.
I please don't touch me, please don't touch me. Or you get like a kid that like that is like starting to like not understand like that they have a crush on you.
Oh,
They do.
so weird, dude.
It's weird. Like it's like an elementary school crush kind of situation
Dude,
where
I
the
always thought sorry. Actually, you continue. I'll go on this
oh,
tangent later.
okay, um where they kind of like have this thing where they kind of like you, but they don't understand their emotions or something like that. Kind of like when you were in elementary school, you probably had like a crush on your babysitter or whatever, and it
Sure.
was like yeah, same thing like that, but they don't really understand, and they're like kind of holding onto your arm and blah blah blah, and like, please let me go, please let me go, please let me go. I don't want to get arrested.
Yeah. I
And
don't
you're
want
trying
to
to
get
like,
arrested. It's
I
great.
just want to do my job and get out.
Yeah.
I want to do my job and leave.
I want to get paid.
And
I don't
then
want to take time with you.
I and shit like that. I'm
I
like,
have a day with my
I,
paycheck, not you.
yeah, and it was just like scared shitless half the time. I mean, even working as like a caregiver for like children, and you're like, or like just working with adults,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't want to do anything, but I also have to be careful what I do, and it's the scariest shit in the world.
Yeah. Dude,
Go ahead.
because like the tangent I was going to go on was like back in like middle school and like
Mhm.
that's right when you hit like puberty and shit.
Oh yeah,
And then you always have that one kid that's like if the stars align, you have like this super attractive teacher or whatever.
yeah.
And then
Or you get your
you
boner in class.
yeah, and then you not that specifically, but you get that one kid that like you're kind of friends with because you're kind of friends with everyone in middle school. And they'll like talk to you and be like, the teacher's hot as fuck. And it's like as a kid, it's like, yeah, she's fucking hot. But it's like to the teacher, that's a case.
That's true.
They're gonna catch a case if they do anything.
Unless you went to my middle school where the band teacher got arrested for uh statutory rape multiple times.
Yep, that's also weird.
And then you have the one of the math teacher for giving alcohol to minors.
That one's also weird.
Same school, same
Yeah,
yeah years that I knew him. Blah blah blah. Then you get into my high school. One of the teachers got in trouble for soliciting naked photos to some of the minors.
that's weird.
And oh gosh, there was another like a janitor that gave drugs to some of the minors, and Yeah,
I'm just
it's a
saying,
pretty normal.
but I like as a kid, it's you don't think about it because you're just like, hell yeah, teacher is I'm fucking my teacher or whatever. But it's like as a teacher, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna catch a case if this ever comes out.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, as long as the teachers don't do anything, that's fine. And dude, as like when you're like 12, 13,
Yeah,
14, you don't know the difference. It
yeah.
as an adult, you can look back on it, but as like a
That's why I think
pre-puber,
I could be a great teacher because I'd slap the shit out of a kid.
dude, you're gonna catch a case
That's
that way
also a
too.
case, but like I'd rather beat the shit out of a kid. Just our
I,
textbooks at him, you know.
I don't know. I I could fucking talk about shit all day about.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I will say, if you want to learn about different cultures, dude, fucking
Go talk to your
read like,
non-white
r-
friends.
dude, read up on some indigenous cultures all around the world, dude. They have some weird fucking sex practices.
Yeah, which is why I don't talk about it because it's weird. It weirds me out.
I I think there's one in like, I think Indonesia or
Yeah,
something.
I know a few of them, and it's just like I am uncomfortable
It's
every
weird.
time.
I don't
Like
know. It's
like
one of those things. Like I told my mom about some of them, and she's like, "Oh, gross." I'm like,
yeah,
but
a
it's
lot of it is gross, and like even the American stuff is gross, and I don't
oh yeah,
like I hate just talking about that.
okay.
I'm not saying you could shut up about it, but it's like
No,
I
I was just like, it's really interesting to look at it, and a lot of it is mixed around cultures and ideologies that I feel like some people find it gross or weird, and like, or they don't like that's immoral. I'm like, honestly, immoral.
it's interesting. I will say.
It's interesting. I don't really shun people about their where they come from, stuff like that, because
That
something that's normal.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't shun
Yeah.
people or make them feel weird. It's just I get weirded out. Like
Oh no.
and like I don't want to hear about it, but it's not like I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna stop being your friend because you like talking about sex.
You could.
I could, but I'm not going to because I know everyone works different.
Cool. I really want this. I want to go into these tunnels just to.
Yeah, I know. I saw the tunnels too.
Yeah. No. Shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the cycle gonna continue?
Yeah, the cycle ends right here, bro.
Oh, fuck that. No, lighthouses are amazing too. Would you ever want to live in a lighthouse
It depends where the lighthouse is.
in the middle of the ocean where you don't talk to anyone?
Oh, dude, I'd fucking blow up. I already don't like the ocean. I have a fear of the ocean.
Really?
More of the stuff that lurks in it, not really the water itself.
Okay. Dude, should we do a podcast episode of just talking about like
Fears.
fears?
That was kind of where the conspiracy theory was kind of leaning on, but yeah, we could do like a full one on fears as well.
Cool.
I think
Quicksand.
I think with that, that's a good place to end the podcast.
Okay.